Sure.
Arachnophilia mode. Replace everything with spiders.
Oh, nice.
Ah, shit.
My kind of game.
I guess we could mark everything as spiders and then put images of spiders.
I like where this is going.
Or that wouldn't work. That wouldn't work, actually.
This is a Halloween, like, traumatization, like, trauma Halloween mod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And every time you play, it's RNG, whether it turns on.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Calm down, Satan.
Yeah. I'll be able to upload a picture of Jace's face to replace the spiders. I think there's a mod for
There's
that.
a mod for that.
There's already a mod for that.
Yeah. It's only bunch.
I like that you implemented Arachnophobia mode, even though I love spiders. I have problems with the accessibility thing, because wouldn't it be annoying for developers to have to think of all those things? You can't think of everything, and I think people who don't like can say that they don't like accessibility things, and then say, well, if we do one thing, we got to do everything. I hate that argument because you're completely wrong. You don't have to do everything at all, but there are some things that are quite big and you can choose to do them or not, and spiders are actually the most in terms of like arachnophobia is the most prevalent phobia within animals, and we have spiders that quite frankly don't need to be spiders, and so it's absolutely an accessibility thing that we could do, which makes perfect sense. We did a really quick and dirty solution, helps a lot of people. It's like, why not? The other reason, there's a person with arachnophobia in the office, so they couldn't work on the game without it. So yeah. So I know I hate that thing when everyone's like, if you do one thing, you got to do everything. No, you don't. You just do what as much as you can, or as much as you want, or don't do any if you really don't want to. It's up to you.
Do as far as you justify. Like
yeah.
We have other accessibility options though, and like the more the better.
Yeah. It's like it's just the same as doing colorblind.
Yeah.
Stuff for colorblind. Well, if you're gonna account for colorblind, why not account for everything?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, sure, dude.
If we could, we would. We just try and get as far as we can.
If we could, we would. I mean, we would never do it.
No.
It's a crazy thing that you do everything, but just hire an accessibility specialist, same as you would a translator. We could get I mean, like even an accessibility specialist couldn't even do what the argument is. Someone could say, well, these are the way you solve all these accessibility things, and then developers will sit there going, okay, but that's a lot of things that we need to do, because there are so many accessibility things. But there are common things, like for example, hard of hearing folks.
Yeah.
It's like, well, why did we take the time to care about them? It's because they want to hear. Like it's, we had to make a bunch of changes because people who had hard of hearing couldn't use certain tools in the game. So we had to make up systems for them. And it was a good idea. Any plans for better accessibility for us that are color deficient? Productivity displays on machines are impossible.
Yeah, that's been
that's
been in there forever, and
yeah.
It's like tricky to solve.
Is it?
It's something like, because the lighting changes the way you perceive those colors. So we've done like one change, like we've done one pass of like trying to change it, but I believe we have plans for it, like, or if it's coming, I don't quite remember.
I wonder if it's just something that's just dropped off of the wayside. I feel like it's a very solvable thing.
Maybe, I don't remember, because I remember talking about it with your artists.
Yeah.
But we know about that issue, and hopefully we can get fixed.
Yeah, that's definitely an old one for sure.
Yeah,
that's why I love Grounded. They turn their spiders into harmless blobs. Yeah, for sure. And like they've got a really complex system in Grounded, and I think that's great considering that, spiders play a really big and key role in their game, right? So I think it makes a lot of sense for them to spend some time and some love on it. Whereas in our case, they don't really spend, they're not like a massive part of the game. Switching them to cat faces is
a solution.
Is a very quick solution. I made it in a day. Yeah.
Well, you actually made something in a day?
First time.
Oh, shit.
I have more reasons to correct weapons in the future. I think there's going to be expansion on weapons, and there's going to be more monsters. I know at least one monster, at least. I'm a grass man. Even tiny spiders scare the daylights out of me. Yeah.
I thought you said grass man. I was like, what is a
Grass man. And that's another thing with arachnophobia is like some folks say that spiders are creepy, so I don't want to see them. That's fine. We have a mode for that. And some folks are like, the cats, they're kind of creepy as well. They're a little scary. You know, like I jump when I see them, and it's like, okay. But there's something completely different between something being scary and a phobia. A phobia is like a strong, irrational response within your body. It's physical, it's mental, and it completely fucks with you. And you know, some people, you know, the heart rate increases, start sweating, anxiety attacks, mom spaghetti, literally like sensations and hallucinations of spiders walking on them and things like that. It's like, why not make a mode? Anyway, I talked about that enough.
I farted. That was someone wrote that.
Yeah, very fitting. That's the way we can move on.
Yeah, that's the way.
We got
That's our segue right there.